Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my intro to my 2020 Pan palette, and if you have been following my journey throughout 2019 with my Pan palette, you know that I already included the palette that I will be panning this year in my August update of my 2019 Pan palette, because I wanted to get a head start on the palette since it contains quite a lot of product. So the palette that I will be panning this year, as you already know, is the Viseart Dark Mattes palette. And here she is. So if you are new here, or if this is the first video you are watching from me, this is the current state of the palette. And I did drop this once a few years ago, where 3 of the shades smashed and they just flew all over, so I had no possibility of repressing them in here. So 3 of the shades are gone, not from panning but from falling out or breaking, or my clumsiness basically. But then I am working on all of the other shades in here, and a few of them broke a bit as well when it fell, and so these had like missing pieces, and then this one just broke a bit yesterday when I dropped it. So yeah, we have a few casualties in here, but I think it just kind of highlights that I need to be working on this year. And I did a palette inventory yesterday where I kind of listed all my palettes with when I bought them, and so this one I acquired in 2016, so it is actually one of the older palettes in my collection. I have a few still in my collection from 2015, but then I also have a few from 2016, and this is one of those. So I think it's a good choice to be working on this one in 2020, since 1, it's kind of older in my collection, 2, it's kind of redundant because I also have the Natasha Denona Safari palette, which is this one, and if you look at the inside of this one, I feel like there are a lot of similarities, although you have more color options in here. And I do enjoy the formula of the Safari palette more than I like the formula in this. So that is why I want to be working on this in 2020, and kind of I want to get it out of my collection, and then I can focus on using this one for the needs that I have of these color schemes instead of using this one. But yeah, the way we will be following my progress on this one is that I will be taking photos. I will also be weighing it. So I have a starting weight from August, but I will also have a starting weight from this year, because I would like to compare my usage, like my total used up eyeshadow amount this year, and compared to next year, like both in this one and then with the other Pan palette that I had last year as well. So we will kind of use this weight that I had just a few days ago when I weighed it. I want that to be like, I weighed it on the 31st. I want that to be like my starting weight for this palette for this year, and then also the photos, of course. And I did take a video. If you saw my Pan palette finale, then you will have seen a video where I kind of try to show the dips in here. I think it's hard just because I have a ring light, and the ring light kind of does not give any shadows, and so it's really hard to show you the dips and stuff in here, just because, yeah, because there are no shadows basically. One thing that I had with my other palette last year is that I also had goals, and I would like to set goals for this one this year as well. I should have prepared what goals I want to have, but I think I want to make it a goal to use this shade as much as possible. And if I could hit pan, I think that will be cool. I don't think I will be able, because these pans are really like deep, but I feel like I am maybe halfway there in this one, just because it broke, and then I have been using it a bit. It's kind of powdery, so I feel like this might go pretty quickly. So I think my goal for next update will be to get as much use as possible out of this one, and if I could hit pan on that one, that would be really cool. And I am wearing the palette today. I am wearing these 2 shades. So I have this kind of as a transition shade or in my crease, and then I have this all over my lid and my outer corner and a bit into my crease, and then I have another shadow on top of that, like on the inner half of my eyelid. And I try to be a bit more like grungy with my look today, and I don't know that I succeeded. Like I tried to fluff up my hair a little bit, not like curl it, just I haven't even brushed it since I showered, so yeah, probably not probably not succeeding. But yeah, this is the palette that I will be working on for 2020 and the one that I will be panning. But then I also told you in my pan and palette finale for last year, I told you that I would also like to work on kind of a companion palette. So as I said, this is my pan and palette. This only has mattes in it. This does not have any like lighter shades, no shimmer shades, no nothing like that. So I would like to also work on a palette alongside this palette that has those kinds of things, so I can pull that in to kind of complete my looks. And I would like to do kind of the way LS did her pan porn project. So I will have, I think if she has a playlist for that project, I will list that in my description box. But basically she just picks 1, 2 or 3 palettes and focuses on them for like not a set amount of time, she's just focusing on them until she's happy with the use that she has gotten out of those palettes, and usually that was when she hit a few pans in that palette. And I would like to do that as well. I don't think, especially with the first one, I have already picked the first one, I don't think that I will be able to hit pan in this one at all. I just want to use it as kind of a companion palette and to inspire me to do looks with my pan palette. Of course I will do some looks only using this one probably, but I also want to include another palette to kind of inspire me, because I feel like my best months for my pan palette 2019 was definitely January when it was new, and then also August, or like yeah, August, the entirety of August when I included this palette. So then when I had like 2 palettes that I could combine and like create looks, those were my best months like look wise. So I'm going to include another palette, and I think I'm going to call it my pan palette companion palette. And I wanted to ask you guys in this video, do you think I should include it in this video, talking about it in this video, or do you think I should do another series, like another video once a month here on my channel? Let me know what you think. I will put up a poll. I think I will put up a poll, and then you can let me know what you think that I should do, if I should do a new series or if I should include it in this one. And then the reason I feel like I should include it in this one is because I feel like the looks will be the same. I just don't know how I will divide it, because if you haven't seen my 2019 pan palette, you won't know that I always include looks that I've done with the palette or palettes in my updates, and that is one of my favorite parts about pan palette and about this kind of eyeshadow panning projects. I really enjoy creating looks and then including photos in my videos. And so if I do 2 separate, I will have to kind of divide up the looks, and I don't, yeah, well, let me know what you think in the comments and in the poll, and let's talk about the one that I will be including. This is the Natasha Denona 28 palette, and this one is in the purple and blue kind of color scheme. It does have a lot of, it's kind of a cool tone, because it does have like, it has a lot of these like taupey shades, but it also has some warm shades, like this super warm copper right here, and like yeah, some pretty shades in here that I'm really excited to be using. I am wearing this one on my eyelid today, which is kind of like a duochrome shade, so I wanted to pair it with a dark brown, because then I felt like the turquoise would kind of come out. So that is what I'm wearing on my lid today, and I'm just excited to be playing around with this one. As I said, I don't think I will have that much progress. I will weigh it and we can see if there is a difference in weight, but I don't think that there will be, like, there won't be any pants is what I'm saying. I think we'll see, especially not in a month, but maybe I will continue with this one. I probably will. I don't think I will be done with this in 1 month, but this is my first companion palette, and yeah, I'm excited about it. So yeah, to recap, I'm doing updates monthly. I'm doing them in the beginning of the month. I am panning my Viseart Dark Matte palette. My goal is to hit pan in this one. That is going to be my focus shade until I hit pan in that one. And my companion palette for this year, which is new for this series this year, is the Natasha Denona Blue Purple palette. I got this in 2017, like the beginning of 2017, as a birthday gift for myself when it was 40% off. So I didn't pay the like outrageous price that it has. I paid like 40% off, which is still a lot, but yeah, it was my birthday, so I feel like I need to justify spending this much money on a palette. It's so expensive. But yeah, I'm gonna be using this one. I want to get some use out of it because I said it's expensive. I've had it for a while and I just really enjoy Natasha Denona eyeshadows. But yeah, I think that was it for my intro. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That would mean a lot to me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Hello, this is me editing, and I just realized that I have this photo where I have all of the eyeshadows in the Viseart palette swatched on my eye, and I just wanted to include it to show you kind of what the different colors look like, and also what the colors that are not currently in the palette look like. So you can see on the second row, on the second space, there is this purple that is not in the palette anymore, and then also the gray on the bottom left, and then the green on the bottom right. Those are not in the palette anymore, as I said, because they fell out. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this. This is on my Instagram page, the Makeup by Alexy page. So if you would like to take a look at it, then it's further down into my feed on my makeup Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of include it, and then back to the video.